Coming up on Mountain News at 6, 2 people are facing a murder charge after a deadly crash on Interstate 75. And a petition is going around to get a wet, dry vote on the ballot for the May primary in one county.
Plus, we are a little bit cooler tomorrow before some more mild weather by this weekend. Those details on the way as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
2 people are charged with murder following a deadly late-night crash in Whitley County. A toddler died at the scene. Alyssa Williams sat down with the Whitley County coroner to learn more.
Police are still investigating a multi-vehicle crash that took place near mile marker 18 on I-75 in Whitley County, leading to the death of a 2-year-old child and the arrest of 2 others. It was around 12:30 Thursday morning when 33-year-old Matthew Crowley and 22-year-old Jana Vorwerk were traveling southbound. The car they were in hit 25-year-old Alexis Flores, causing her car to flip and throwing her 2-year-old child outside of the car. The child died at the scene, while Flores was flown to the University of Tennessee Medical Center for severe injuries.
There were 5 other individuals that had medical treatment. The mother, and there was more occupants in that vehicle, and the other vehicle also had an occupant that saw medical treatment.
Whitley County Coroner Andy Crowley says he believes Flores and the other kids in her car were from Knox County.
It's a small community, and although the person that passed is not directly in this community, it's the adjoining county, and it still makes it closer to home because you feel for the families and also the individuals that were involved in all aspects of it. You know them as well.
Police say Crowley and Vorwerk were misleading them as to who was driving the vehicle, which caused them both to be charged with murder, assault, wanton endangerment, and driving under the influence. In Whitley County, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
The other children inside Flores' car were taken to a local hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Crowley and Vorwerk are being held at the Whitley County Detention Center. A Pike County man has been sentenced to 30 years in prison in connection with a federal child pornography case. 39-year-old Bill Daniel Combs was sentenced last week. Combs is said to have coerced a minor into sending him sexually explicit photos of herself after messaging her on social media. He was arrested by KSP last year. He will remain at the Pike County Detention Center until he's assigned to a federal prison to serve out his sentence. A new donut shop is celebrating its first day of operation in Kentucky, but it's already fallen victim to a scam. The owners of Lay's Donuts in Richmond were hoping to celebrate their grand opening with a giveaway. Anyone who liked and shared their post on social media had a chance to win free donuts. They said the winner would be notified on Facebook, but before they had a chance to do that, another account posing as the donut shop attempted to use the giveaway to scam potential customers.
They stole our profile picture, our cover photo. They were like replying back to people who commented on our posts with a link. And then this lady, she had texted us and she was like, hey, I'm not sure, but I know I won, and it's asking for credit card info, and I'm not sure if I want to do that.
Lay's Donuts closed about an hour ago. Their ribbon cutting ceremony is tomorrow at noon.
Well, we are tracking some more nice and dry weather as we go into this Thursday evening as the sun sets. Here's a live look across the region from Buffalo Mountain to I-64 and Moorhead. Also from the London Corbin Airport. Not much happening this evening as that quiet weather also continues. Those temperatures are still above average. We should be in the middle 40s for early February. Most of us in the 50s at this hour, up to 51 for Pikeville, also Jackson, 55 in Manchester, 53 for London, also in Harlan County at this hour. Those temperatures this evening are cool, but not too bad. In the middle to lower 40s, we wake up in the upper 30s as you walk out the door on your Friday. Up on first alert, pinpoint Doppler as high pressure is the big story this evening. More dry weather is on tap, but notice as we zoom out, we are tracking a cold front over the Great Lakes region that will continue pushing off to the south as we go into late tonight, also by your Friday. So we are watching out for possibly a few sprinkles tomorrow. Most of us, though, are dry, and that dry weather sticks around as we go into this weekend. Also tracking some more above average weather. Those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. Out of the 120 Kentucky counties, there are now less than a dozen that are considered a dry county, meaning the sale of alcohol is prohibited. One of those is Knott County, but some community members are hoping that changes in 2024. WYMT's Olivia Calfee reports.
As of Wednesday evening, the Knott County Clerk's office says a wet dry petition officially has enough signatures to vote on the matter during the upcoming May primary election. And County Clerk Reese Cornett says once the judge executive signs off, her office will do its part to get it on the ballot.
This is what will be on the ballot. Are you in favor of the sale of alcoholic beverages by drink as well as packaged beer, wine, liquor sales in Knott County? And they're either going to say yes or no.
Cornett says this isn't the first time this vote has made it on the ballot, but in previous years it was unsuccessful. However, community member Jordan Owens, who spearheaded the petition, explains his reason for trying again.
We need to understand is that those who want to go out and casually enjoy a drink are going to do so, whether or not you have it here or somewhere else. And the fact that our citizens have to drive 20 plus miles to have something to drink, not only are you losing money, you're drastically increasing the risk that one of those people is going to drive home drunk.
But despite getting enough signatures, there are still folks like Pastor Rob Paddock who say they will be checking no when they head to the polls in May.
The Bible speaks against drunkenness, and I would be against it from that standpoint, just from God's point of view as a pastor. But I also see I've seen a lot of things in my years of ministry where alcohol has played for lack of better words, a horrible role in affecting the family.
With some hoping to see a big change and others hoping this part stays the same.
It's not like we're asking for anything illegal. We're not asking for a controlled substance. We're not nothing crazy. It's something that you can purchase legally in the country if you're an adult, yet we can't do it within our community. It almost seems like an infringement upon the rights we have. So why are we doing it?
It's a progression. I think it's an attack against the family, and it has an effect. And I realize some people say, well, I can control, but it is a controlling substance.
In Knott County, Olivia Calfee, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, we'll find out on the primary election if it gets on the ballot, and that happens on May 21st. Yesterday, the Kentucky House of Representatives passed House Bill 96 by a vote of 79 to 17. It would require moments of silence or reflection at the start of each school day. Representative Dan Pfister says the House bill would ask parents to give their children guidance on how to spend a moment or two of silence at the beginning of each school day, whether it be prayer, silent reflection, or nothing at all.
We do not want the schools to mandate that they have to pray or that they can't pray or what have you. Let it be a personal thing and let the family, the parents, instruct them in that direction.
House Bill 96 will now move on to the Senate chamber, where Representative Pfister says he feels confident it will pass as is. Amid the ongoing issues with the rollout of the state's new motor vehicle information system, some clerks' offices are now also reporting issues with how customers are able to pay. Any county clerk that uses Tyler Technology as a provider for credit and debit card transactions is experiencing issues processing payments, and it is impacting any transaction within the clerk's office, not just motor vehicle services.
We understand that people are frustrated. We're frustrated too. You know, this is another computer system that is out of our control that has now created an impact on the way that we're able to provide customer service and the level of customer service that people have been able to rely on. Clerks'
offices are asking for patience and be prepared to bring your checkbook or cash to pay for services at affected clerks' offices until the issue is resolved. For more than a week now, some folks in Harlan County have gone without water. Since then, officials have been working to help folks in need. WYMT's RJ Johnson has an update.
Ongoing water outages have been a burden for several people in Harlan County.
The situation's got worse because they're having more breaks and everything, and it's lasting longer than a couple of days. You know, he'll go off for a couple of days and then come back on, go off and come back on.
Yoakum Creek Fire Chief Royce Wentz says they're trying to help as many people as possible.
They're there just to fight fires, but that's not necessarily true. Any kind of emergency or disaster or anything, that's what the fire department's for. We're here to help the community. If you have a fire, we're going to go fight your fire. If you've got you're flooding, we're going to try to get you out.
He says they're even helping the elderly and other people who might not be able to leave their homes.
If somebody comes in and says, we know a person up here that they're not able to drive anymore, can you take them some water? I've got a truck, so I just load up my truck and we just haul their water to them.
Harlan County Judge Executive Dan Mosley says water is a human right that people need for everyday activities.
And I believe that water is a basic human right, and it's the thing we pay the least for in life that we depend on the most.
Which is why Mackie Wynn says he wants people to start calling legislators to get their attention and support funding in the area.
How can we do anything without the funding? This is not a Democrat or Republican problem. This is beyond a water crisis. This is a human rights crisis.
In Harlan County, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Roy says they will still be distributing water starting at 11 a.m. and coming up tonight at 11, we'll have an update on the water situation here in Perry County.
Well, we are tracking this weak weather system as we go into your Friday, timing out those rain chances and that cooler weather by Friday after this break. Plus,
one doctor who lives in Harlan is celebrating 50 years of serving the community.